Hey guys, Dota Streams here, coming at you with another battle report. And today we got a mix of Astra, Militarum and Adepta Sororitas versus Necrons. As you can see, we are playing on a tomb world, so in this case the sides will be clear. And it's just a nice concept that I wanted to try out, and it's nothing really special, but I want to see if it works or not. Because what we have here is obviously a bunch of models at the same time, not as much as you could expect if you're talking about Astra Militarum. And it's actually a pretty simple concept. I have 3 detachments here. The first detachment is obviously a super heavy auxiliary, and then a Astra Militarum spearhead detachment, and another Adepta Sororitas spearhead detachment. The idea is very simple. The Stormlord is one of the very weird super heavies that the Astra Militarum actually has. It is very tanky, has 26 wounds with armor 3, toughness 8, so it's not that easy to bring down. And it has a good bunch of weaponry at its proposal. I mean, maybe less than a Baneblade, but still very good shooting. It has a Vulcan Mega Bolter, which is essentially 20 shots at strength 6 on 60 range, I believe. Yeah. It's heavy, so should not move if you want to fire it. It's AP -2, damage 2, so it's a little bit like an autocannon, just with more shots and more penetration, but less strength. And it's actually not that horrible, considering he's not meant to be shooting much. And then in addition to this, he has 5 twin heavy bolters, 1 here and 4 in total at the turrets, and on the top of the turrets there's also 4 less cannons. It always has 2 heavy stubbers. I gave it a stormbolt as well, because might as well invest the 2 points. And it has adamantium tracks, so it's not a slouch in close combat either, because the tracks will make it AP -2, and its strength is 9, and coming in with 9 attacks as well. That's actually pretty nice. This is not why you buy it, though. It is almost 600 points, and obviously there has to be something to it because the weaponry is not going to cut it. The thing is, why I took this one and not in different version, is it has the extended firing deck. So you can transport up to 40 models total, and 20 models, so half of them, can shoot in your shooting phase, measuring and drawing line of sight from any point of the vehicle, which means almost anywhere, and very big increase in range. If you move, however, they also count as being moved, but obviously this vehicle is heavy and it doesn't want to move most of the time, because it's gonna make its shooting much worse. It has smoke launchers, but who cares? It explodes as a super heavy, so 2d6 explosion with d6 mortal wounds, and it's a steel behemoth, so it can fall back in the movement phase and still shoot on or charge during its turn. Can also fire its weapons if enemy units are within 1 inch of it, but only the twin heavy bolter or the twin heavy flamer can target units that are within 1 inch of it, and the other guns must target other units. So you don't even have to break out of close combat if you don't want to, unless you want to target something right in front of you. In addition, this model also gains the bonus save to cover if at least half of the model is obscured from the fire, but you know, it's pretty hard to park this kind of tank in cover anyway, so I don't think that's much of an issue to talk about. Inside of this, I will put my heavy less cannons, heavy weapon teams with less cannons, and less guns obviously will all go inside of here. I like the less cannon profile, the new one, and but they are very expensive, and there's not really much you can do to protect your less cannons when you're playing Astra Militarum, other than putting them on big tanks or something like that, which I already did with 4 of them. But inside of the Stormlord, they are actually pretty safe. The thing is really hard to bring down, and even at lower HP values, the guys inside will still fire with full ballistic skill, because it doesn't matter what happens to the vehicle. Such stuff as shake and stun and such doesn't exist anymore, so it's a really good idea to grab those and put them in there. And it's actually one of the very few transports that can take as many heavy weapons teams because it has 40 capacity, and we have 6 times 3 models that need to fit in there, which is 18, which means we need 36 capacity, so we still have 4 slots left if we want to. And I might use those. We will see how the game goes. And we can still fit everything inside. Obviously, line of sight and so on is very good when you're inside of this because it makes your point of view higher automatically, and you can aim from back here, for example, and you can still shoot from this corner. So it's very hard to get cover from these less cannons unless you are an infantry unit, that is. All right. Next, in the troop slots, we have 50 and 40 conscripts, just because something like this is pretty vulnerable, obviously, to meta gunfire and such, and you need something to screen the entire thing. Also, this is pretty high quality fire, but against smaller, like Tyranids and the like toughness 3 models, the firepower is actually a little bit wasted, so it's not a bad idea to have a bunch of less gun shots coming their way, and that's why I take a bunch of conscripts. They basically fulfill 2 roles here at the same time, and they're also really good to push up the table and secure objectives if it is an objective game that I will play. We will see about that. Obviously, to keep the men in line, we need a commissar. A commissar is just here to make sure these guys only lose 1 guy due to morale checks. And we also have a company commander with a chainsaw bolt gun on the commissar as well, just to make sure we have 2 orders each turn that can be ordered to the conscripts, since these guys here will be hanging inside of the Stormlord anyway. Doesn't really do anything to give them orders because they can't accept them inside of the vehicle, because they don't count as being on the battlefields for any purposes. Alright, Sergeant Harker is also here, making this a Catachan detachment, including, by the way, the Stormlord, because it has the regiment keyword, and everybody else here as well, except obviously the commissar. And Sergeant Harker is actually a really, really good unit. I was interested why they actually made him so good and the others not, but that's okay. I'll just take him. Essentially, he has a heavy bolter. It doesn't look like it, but he has it. Heavy bolter with -2 AP actually, so it's pretty nice. He's a ballistic skill of 3+, which is also even better, and then you can reroll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase for friendly Catachan units within 6 inches of Sergeant Harker. AKA everything here that is Astra Militarum can reroll once except the commissar, which is actually awesome. I mean, this thing here cannot accept any tank orders or the like, but now it rerolls the ones. For this kind of shooting, it actually makes a difference. And also, he's a lead squad, so you can just put him in here. He's a character. He's not gonna die very fast. Good guy all around. And then I had some points left, so I filled them with Adepta Sororitas because I wanted to try something out that I never do, the Imagifier. And leading this detachment, we have Celestine. It's Celestine without any extra ladies, because just for once, I don't want to use her as a sword unit. I will use her in case I wanted to secure objectives and the like, but most of it is just here because I don't want to take a Canoness, and Celestine actually has some great buffs for Astra Militarum, so it makes sense to run her in such a list. She's, as always, pretty expensive, but she has great stats, great movement speed. The Ardent Blade is a heavy flamer and a very powerful close combat weapon at the same time. She has 7 wounds, so she's pretty tanky even without her usual addition, and she still can come back as before. And the reason why I take her here is pretty simple. As I said, I need to fill the slot, and at the same time she has a Beacon of Faith. So all Adepta Sororitas units within 6 inches add +1 to the Shield of Faith, which means the Retributors will have a 5+ in 1 save. But all friendly Adeptus Militarum and Astra Militarum units that are within 6 inches gain a 6+ in 1 save. And remember, it says units, so even the Stormlord will have a 6+ in 1 save in this case, which is actually pretty nice. This also adds up if you're looking at the conscripts, because like armor save is not very good, and just in case somebody wastes firepower into them, it's even more wasted because they might actually not even kill them. She also has Saintly Blessing, so she can pick a friendly Adepta Sororitas unit within 6 inches and perform an act of faith. Usually that's always herself, but this game I'm gonna plan on keeping her back if possible and using her to buff the Retributors instead. Taking any Adepta Sororitas causes you to get Acts of Faith, so I can do an Act of Faith, and a 2+ I get the ability to perform an Act of Faith, which is shooting, moving, fighting in close combat, and such. And obviously with heavy weapons, it's really, really useful because you get to use them twice a turn. That's why the Imagifier here is here. A Imagifier is something I have never played, and that means something because I've played pretty much any unit in the game so far. But Imagifiers were never really that interesting. But we have the model, and I wanted to try it out. Essentially, it's a character sister, as you can see with 4 wounds, that can try to grant another squad another Act of Faith on a 4+ on each beginning of your round. So she can make squads more efficient, but she is expensive herself, so obviously you have to keep her back and help them out. But if everything goes as planned and I do the 4+ reroll, because I might as well use my rerolling from my command points for this kind of roll, you can actually try to get 6 rounds of firing out of just 3 squads that are rather inexpensive. I mean, they're rocking their 3+ armor save, and if you put them in cover, they are not that easy to remove, and they have good range on their weaponry. So we'll see if they get some good shooting in here to support this Militarum army. They also have a little bit more volume than the las cannons do, and still a little bit of punch to it, just in case we need to attack something that the las cannon profile is not spammy but too strong against. I know, it's a mixture of everything. So essentially what we have here is strength 3 shooting, strength 4 shooting, a lot of strength 5, a lot of strength 9. It's a good mixture out of everything. We'll see if they perform as I expect them to do. Alright, and then on the other side, Necron army is actually really simple. And don't worry, I will play something else most of the other time, but I just wanted to have a fast army that plays against me and something that fits to the map, which is Necrons. And it's actually an interesting concept because I'm running 2 characters that I never run usually, not because they are like incredibly bad, but they weren't as good last edition, and I like to see what they can do. First one is Enrique the Traveler. He has a Taken Arrow, which is a very long range one-shot thing that can deal a lot of damage if you hit it. And he has a War Thighs, and he is also strength 6, so he's strength 8 when in close combat, 3 attacks hidden on 2s. He's pretty nasty, and he is a very weird character in that sense because he can do a lot of things, but he's not really a specialist, so to say. The first thing he can do is he is the Lord of the Imperium Legions, so he adds 1 to all attacks of friendly Necron infantry units within 3 inches, which by the way is himself as well. So he himself has 4 attacks actually, which is obviously great if you have a lot of infantry. As you can see, I have tons, and since these guys can now charge and fire with their rapid fire guns, that actually can be very effective. We'll see if the +1 attack does anything, but I like it to have the option. He also has Might in the Machine, which means you can choose an enemy vehicle within 12 inches of him and roll d6, and a 4+, you can fire one of those vehicles' weapons, and you can shoot with the weapon at another enemy unit. Can be very good against this super heavy here, but he has to be within 12 inches, so I'm not sure if he's gonna make it, because he's moving 5 inches per turn. That's not really that fast. Also, he has My Will Be Done, which is something every Overlord has, so you're not even losing that ability, which I really like about him. Which is just choose a friendly Necron infantry unit within 6 inches, and you can add +1 to advanced charge and hit rolls of that unit until the beginning of your next turn, which is actually really nice. So buffs a big unit of warriors if I want to. He also has Living Metal, so he generates wounds, and he has a Phase Shifter, so he has a 4+ in 1 save and a 3+ armor save. So he's a pretty good all-round character with some buffs, to make him move these Necron blobs a little bit more efficient and also give them some additional firepower. Then on the other side here we have a cryptic, nothing special about him. He has a Staff of Light. I'm gonna hide him somewhere. The only thing he's here is because of the Chronometron, which means infantry units within 3 inches have a 5+ invulnerable against ranged weapons, which is actually really nice because you only have a 4+ armor save, and a invuln save might not be a bad idea. And with a big group of warriors, you don't get cover that easily because you have too many. So there will always be guys out of cover, so you never get your cover bonus anyway. So I like the Chronometron in this case. He's also a Technomancer, so you add +1 to all reanimation protocols. So that's pretty good, and makes this a 4+ to reanimate. With huge groups of warriors, reanimation protocols actually kick in quite often, so this might be very, very useful. And then on the other side here, we have Illuminous Zerus with his Eldritch Lance. He's the only guy in the Codex that moves 6, by the way. Don't ask me why, probably because he has this weird mechanical legs or something. I don't know. He is a little bit faster than the others. He's also 1 HP more than a Cryptek, and he has way more attacks. The Eldritch Lance is a Assault 1, Strength 8, AP -4, D6 damage, some kind of last cannon, I guess. And in close combat it is Strength user, so 4 AP -2, 1 damage. So not too shabby, pretty good artifact. He obviously also has Living Metal, and he has Master Technomancer. So you add +1 to all reanimation protocols for friendly Necron units within 3 inches, but obviously that doesn't stack with the Cryptek. So we can spread the Necron voice a little bit further this way, and but the real reason he's here is because of mechanical augmentation, which is something he could do before, but it is way different now. At the end of each of his movement phases, Illuminous Zerus can augment 1 unit of Necron warriors or immortals that is within 1 inch, and on a D3 you either get +1 strength, +1 toughness, or +1 ballistic skill. This is for the entire battle. They only can be enhanced once, so you can't stack, but obviously these buffs are really, really good, especially the toughness buff is something that makes them even more ridiculous when they try to reanimate. So I want to try it out and see how it works. Maybe he can be a valuable asset. I don't know about it, but as per se, I think he's a pretty good unit. He's only 40 points more than a normal Cryptek, and I think he will make back his points. Alright, that's it. That's the Necron army, because the rest of it is 20 warriors in 6 squads. Sounds pretty simple, and it is an entire battalion, so 6 command points to the 5 command points that the other side has. And it's actually a whole lot of Necron warriors, because you can imagine that half of this army is supposed to be reanimating, and that is multiple times per turn. So unless I absolutely demolish one squad so they can't come back and they run off the field, it doesn't really do anything. We'll see. Alright, so mission is gonna be a tactical mission, I say, and probably something very simple. Let's take the first one. It's just 3 objectives per turn and see what happens. Alright, so first of all, there's the roll-off for the putting down the first objective. So Necron's got a 4 and Imperium got a 3. So Necrons will start with deploying objectives. I will take probably this marker. Yep, that's the one I prefer, at least. So let's get 6 of them. And there we go. Right, Necrons obviously like cover a little bit more, but at the same time they have to spread them as much as they can, so the Imperial side cannot sit back as much as they'd like to. So I'm going to deploy one right in the middle of the battlefield and hope that it works out. Alright, next one. Imperial side has the exact opposite idea. They want to camp somewhere, and we have to get stuff close to the edge if possible, so we have max range before the Necron warriors actually get to shoot us. So let's see. 6, 6. That has to be a little bit further than this. Essentially in the corner. That's the idea. Some over there. And the Necrons will put another one far to the middle. 12 inches away from each other is not really that far, so let's put one into the entrance area as well. Yeah, makes sense. And then we will mirror the other one at the very corner of this edge. Fortunately, I can't really tell where the corner is, but yeah, it's far enough back, so it shouldn't be an issue. 6 inches, let's say about here. Yeah, fair enough. All right, next one. I think the Necrons will put another one to the middle, although this will disbalance the entire thing a little bit. They can also try to bank on the fact that they get to choose a good deployment. Although they can't choose a deployment at all. Okay, so they have to put this a little bit more balanced. It's actually a really interesting thing, because the one player gets to choose the deployment side and the side as well. So if you imbalance the battlefield very much, you lose in objectives pretty much. So the question is, where does the Astra Militarum want to camp? Probably on this side, because there's a little bit more cover. So it's a smarter idea to put it on this side, I think. Which means they will have 3 objectives if they choose the long deployment zones, but I think still it's a better deal for them than the other way around. So one on the sand over here, and then the last one will be deployed by the Militarum as well. Now the question is, for the Astra Militarum, which deployment do they want to have? And according to that, they obviously want to choose the right side. So let me look up the deployment times real quick. Let's see. So we got Maelstrom of War, Cleanse and Capture. What is it called? Yeah, Cleanse and Capture. And it says deployment. The player who places 6 objective determines which of the standard deployment maps is used. So in this sense, I would say let's put down the map. I think Vanguard will be the best though. If we're looking at the Vanguard thing, oh actually not Vanguard, sorry. Hammer and Anvil, obviously. Hammer and Anvil will be 2 objectives already and 1 close to the edge. And then the last one can be put over here. So we have 3 objectives in our zone and 1 in range of the conscripts maybe. And forces 1 unit of the Necrons to stay very far back. Dawn of War is going to be pretty crappy. And Spearhead Assault and so on will be worse for us because the Necrons get to deploy closer. So I think Hammer and Anvil will be the right choice. In that sense, the objective marker obviously needs to be on this side here. Alright, let's see, where do we want it? Pretty close, I think. Yep, exactly there should be fine. 3 inches away from the table edge. And that's how it looks like. I think this is a pretty good one for Militarum, because they have pretty much full control here, and this is something the Necrons can push up to, but they also will get into rapid fire range and all that stuff. So I think, technically speaking, this is the better choice. All right. So obviously, the markers will be on the ground, like so, and come on, where's the marker? Just saw it. What the hell? There we go. My goodness. Okay. All right. Obviously, the other player gets to deploy first with their unit, but still, this one is the best side. This one is going to be the Imperium side. This one is going to be the Necron side. Necrons have the choice to deploy first, which I think they will, because makes sense. They don't have any special deployment plans though, because the entire army is a bunch of blobs, and we have to push down middle, I think, with most of it, because there's only one deployment for one group of warriors to hold that back objective. And I think I will just put the cryptic on it, because I don't think it's worth putting 20 warriors in the far back field just to keep this objective safe. And I mean, if there's like hundreds of Necron in between them, he's most likely not going to get shot. And the Militarum doesn't have much mobility to deal with him, other than Saint Celestine. But I think it's still worth it. Alright, is everything fine with them? Yes, okay. So let's go over and just put them down here. And we'll grab them pretty close to the edge, obviously. Something like this. And then a few on the arc here, if it's possible. That's fair enough. I know they can fit here if I put them, stack them a little bit more. Don't have to be too worried about this. Okay, and next is gonna be the Stormlord. The Stormlord is gonna get all the heavy weapons teams. And I'm thinking about deploying something else in there, but I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I can deploy the company commander in there as well, I guess, because it doesn't make sense to leave him outside. So I'm going to deploy the company commander and the Sergeant Harker inside of there too. So now it's filled to the maximum. Because the commissar has to stay outside, so the conscripts get their saves. Everybody else, I think, is fine with staying inside of the Stormlord for now. Alright, so where do we don't want to deploy it? We have 60 range on the Vulcan, so that's pretty easy. 48 on all less cannons, so that's also pretty good here. And heavy stubber is 36, and the heavy bolters as well. So I think he's pretty fine where he is right now. He doesn't need to push up much more, but obviously his back end cannot go over the end of the map because that's illegal. There we go, and that's how I will deploy them. Alright, next group of warriors is gonna be deployed. Let's put them down right next to the other group because it's gonna be pretty full here, I feel. Yeah, let's just put them down right here. And then I'll gizmo them to the front. And the guys that fall down get back up. Very, very interesting. Also, this is pretty fluffy because they come from the Tomb World to attack. So that makes sense for the direction of the thing. Look at this. Yeah, that's fine. Next I'm going to deploy the conscripts, I guess, because the conscripts actually take a lot of space, and I want to see how much space do I actually need, or can I deploy them a little bit closer. Yeah, I guess I will deploy them a little bit closer together. Makes sense. Because there is no AoE anymore, and conscripts really like that, because obviously they can stick together much more, which makes sense for orders and the like, and means if they get in range, everybody gets in range at the same time, which means our rapid fire is going to be much more effective. So let's put them pretty close together, so I don't have to do it on the battlefield. As such. Then we'll just drop them right in front. Okay, dokie. How close do we want them to the middle, though? That's the only question. So if we say we want to have this objective, we need need to be within 14 inches, and then we can get it for sure. So as you can see, we can deploy far back here and still be able to get that objective with the move, 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 and advance twice order. So let's put them in the back here, like there. And everybody that doesn't fit obviously gets to go in the second rank over here. Alright. Actually, it fits pretty nicely. It fits exactly the 40 guys, 50 guys in there. And then we can drop the commissar and the like here in the back line. That makes sense. Alright, next one. Another group of warriors. It's going to deploy. This group is a little bit split up, but that's okay. So let's put one rank on this side and one rank on this side, and then the guys in the middle will move up. Like so. And then I guess we put down the other conscript squad. Do we need more conscripts on the flank? I do not believe so, but we need to determine where do we want the entire heavy bolter shenanigans. I guess this would be a pretty nice spot because we get to shoot pretty far down the middle, and we get to keep that objective at the same time with the sister superior. And this side is a little bit lower, so I think that's a better idea. And there's more Necrons on this side right now. So let's deploy the conscripts on the other side where it's more open, and then VVC. Whoops. Let's not put them down. No! Damn it. This always happens. I need to disable physics most of the time, but if I do that, then the outer regions make some issues because the physics engine is really bugging out sometimes. I don't know why, but apparently it doesn't like physics being disabled because it acts up when they are disabled for some reason. Let's put them just in the middle, and then everybody else can clump up like this. God damn it. If you're wondering why this happens because if I hover over here and move them over here, the auto race will immediately try to put them over, and obviously that doesn't work. So the units act as one and ball up into a big ball of dudes, which is obviously not what we want. So if I am done with the game, I will fit the hitbox here, and here needs to be reduced to only the quadrant here. Alright, but that looks pretty good. We have a bunch of meat on that side, and then the other ones can deal with the other flank here. Alright, next one. Next blob of warriors gonna be deployed right over here. I already know this is gonna be bugging like hell, so let's just gizmo them right away. Because obviously the hitbox itself can be dealt with, but nothing else really. There we go. Oh, fits actually pretty nicely. And the counter deployment is going to be one commissar, which is not really, big deal. But actually, he has a nice position right here because nobody can see him, so he can't be shot. And he's still in range for all conscripts. Sounds pretty good. And we'll see what we do with the Astra Militarum reinforcements afterwards. Alright, so we have 2 more squads of Necron warriors. But I get this feeling I don't want to drag them down here, because this is too far away. We can't get there on foot no matter what. So we have to fight for these 3 objectives. So I guess we need more down the middle just in case one of them gets focused down. I think that's a better idea than spreading too much on the map. Alright, let's drop them. Nah, not like this. A little bit further back if possible. That's the issue with copy pasting stuff. You never know where you might end up being. I guess here is pretty good. Right behind the next one. Yeah, good enough. Yep, fair enough. And then the next deployment. I have to look up the range for Celestine because I don't know it by the top of my head. But it might be 6 inches. Yes, I have to be within 6 inches to pick a unit for all of this. But I don't know. I mean, I can still put one squad on top of the hill because I have the Imagine Fire to get the additional Act of Faith out. Let's put some Retributors on here. So, whoa. God damn it. That also needs to be fixed, but that's the problem when you activate the physics engine in the game. It actually works sometimes. Alright, like this, and then the sister superior is gonna be down here. Yeah, fair enough, in the circle, so we get the objective just in case we need it. Alright, another Necron blob is gonna deploy. This one is probably gonna be on this side behind the other big blob. And then we'll put them right here. Yeah, looks good. The Magifier is probably gonna be right behind them. Just in case the Sister Superior dies, he can step into the, or she can step into the circle. And otherwise she doesn't get shot yet. Although she can put her 6 inches away from the nearest Retributor, which should be enough. Actually, I have to be very close with the Magifier, I think. Whoops. I never played this unit, I have no idea. Within 6 inches, oh my bad. So actually it works like this. So she can stay 6 inches away from the top Retributor, which is back here, and then she can move up in case she needs to. Yeah, makes sense. Alright. I mean, the Cryptek needs to be somewhere nearby, so within 3 inches of all Necron Warriors, which is probably in the middle between those. And then Illuminaris can be in the middle here somewhere. Alright, so we have another one that we can deploy irrespectively where Saint Celestine is going to end up, because I have one order from the top of the heavens. I don't know. I don't even need something for that. So I guess I can put them top of here. Yeah, works out. Works out actually really nicely. Oh. Almost. Perfect. It's squad number 2? Yeah. So squad number 2 means this lady's gonna stay on here. I'm not going to give them cover for this, because obviously that doesn't look like cover to me, but still. Close enough. Illuminatus needs to be right in the middle of the mob. Somewhere in here. So these guys are all still fine with this cryptic. Next squad begins here, and then there's another one here, so I guess we put him about here. So he can, this, and this is all for him, and these guys are all with the cryptic here. Alright, then let's put down Saint Celestine. Celestine needs to be in range for her ability to work with the 6+1 save right here and here. So she will be deployed next to them. And then the Retributors will be somewhere here, I guess. I mean, Saint Celestine is pretty decent with the position she is right now, I think. Yeah, it's also 6 range. And Beacon of Faith is also 6 inches range. Okay, pretty good. So that fits exactly there. Then Anrekir the Traveler is also going to deploy. He is going to deploy pretty much in the middle of everything, I'd say. Because we need him to move up and do his job. Yeah, good enough. Alright. And then the last thing that needs to be deployed is the Retributor Squad number 1. We'll deploy them over here in this circle, so the conscripts can push forward if they have to. And we still have some good line of sight. Over there. Within 6 inches? Not nearly, but I mean, Celestine. Oh, actually, it's at the beginning of the movement phase, so we have to be within 6 inches of Saint Celestine this turn for sure. I completely forgot about that. So let's move them a little bit. There we go. Seems fair enough, because she can still walk up 6 inches, and then she can fly and intercept somewhere here, and we have 2 rounds of Act of Faith, even if the if Celestine wants to move a little bit up to the front, so she can move over here next turn. Alright, obviously the Necrons still deployed first, because they got to put down the first unit, and I can't fit anything else in the Stormlord, so unlucky there. I mean, I could have put the Imagifier into the Stormlord, but at the beginning of the movement phase, her ability triggers, so I wouldn't get the Act of Faith chance 1 turn, and I don't like that. Alright, that's it pretty much. So we can recall the deployment and fix the few Necrons that will try to escape us. I think we're fine though. Yeah, this doesn't look all too bad. Alright. Now, obviously the Necrons want to take the first turn because they need all the turns they can do. Because from top perspective you can see they have to move up at least 15 inches, which means if they advance, because they're out of range right now, they still need at least 2 turns, and then the third turn they can reach the objective. So that's not good. And they need to push forward, so they have to take the first turn no matter what. But we will see if they can do so, because the Sororitas obviously will try to seize initiative, which they don't. And they will not reroll with command point. I don't think that's worth it. I need all my 5 command points for the extra Act of Faith, I believe. So I guess we go to Necrons turn 1, and that's it. Alright. So Necrons turn 1, get to draw some objectives first. So we have 1, 2, and 3 objectives. Secure objective 2, 2, and priority orders receive. You immediately generate a bonus tactical objective. Let's see. Secure objective 6. And if your warlord is the unit that secures it, you get additional 3 victory points and the objective, but he's the only one that can do so. Alright, now the interesting part comes. Where is objective 6? One. Alright, let me see. It's actually exactly why I have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is objective 6, so the regular one's really, really lucky here. Because Enrique the Traveler is the warlord, obviously. Where is he? There he is. And if he moves back here, 5 inches, and then he can advance, he might actually get to this objective, and that will score 4 victory points just for this one. That's awesome. I think that's worth it to push him back and grab that one. Obviously, he's not gonna be able to influence the Necron warriors then, but I mean, that's a big objective. And the other one is objective secure on 2, which is this one, so that's not gonna happen. They will discard this one for sure, if they get the chance to do so. Also twice, that's actually pretty nasty. But okay. Alright, so first of all, I need to measure range. As you can see, range is not possible anywhere, so we will just move up and advance. Alright, this Necron squad advances 2 inches for a full 7-inch move, which is not very far, but they're Necrons, so that's to be expected. 7 inches to here. We don't care about some guys turning around. Next one. That's better. 10 inches for squad number 2. Alright, let's see. We got everyone. Yep. Alright. Moving forward. 10 to here. I'm treating this stuff here as ruins, if there's something on it. And everything else will be treated as, I guess, forests or something like that. But apart from this, not much else with the special rules. Illuminor Xeris has a Eldritch Lance, but is he able to fire this at anything? Let's see. I guess he can fire at a conscript, but who cares about that? I'm just gonna advance him. So he moves 6 inches plus 5 is 11 inches for Enrique. Illuminor Xeris. Why do I say Enrique? No, I'm not going for Xeris, obviously. 11 inches is up to here, I guess. And then Enrique is gonna run back, try to grab that objective. Let's see. I'm gonna reroll this one with a command point, because it's really important that he gets there in time, because this is worth 4 victory points and the slot. So 8 inches is better than nothing, but not quite what I wanted. So it's moving over there. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, Necron warriors behind them. Ooh, going 11 inches. That's pretty nice. Let's walk them down right the middle. Guess over here. And then we will grab the fallen and put them back in their place. That's one. He can move up here. I guess we can put him up here as well. They're surfing on this area. That's not that good. But with 11 inches they should be able to make that over there if they can. Yeah, it's a bunch of warriors, so that's all that matters. Alright, next squad. Squad number 3. Also gets a 1. Do you want to reroll this one? We can't. We already did reroll in this phase once, so we can't reroll another time. I would like to, but I can't. So 6 inches forward. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. And the Cryptek is moving 10. So he's moving like 2 inches, yeah, over here. Actually, he can, in theory, move through here because it's treated as a ruin. So we just put him up front, and then the other guys on the far flank on the right will move also 10. Actually, pretty good movement so far. 10 to here. And then the rest can pile around this ruin. Good thing is they're not slowed through ruins anymore, so I don't have to disregard that every time. Oh, there's another one. And then the last squad over here, squad number 5, is moving 6, so that's 11. Not sure where to move these, but I guess we're moving down here. Try to fill the little gap that appeared here. Yeah, everybody has more than enough range to move, but not that much room to get somewhere actually. Yeah, like so. In the end, it will be balanced out. Alright, squad number 5 pushing up right in the gap. Alright, that's it. No shooting or anything else because they don't have assault weapons, they have rapid fire weapons. And obviously the charging or anything doesn't happen as well. There's nothing to be reanimated, and I mean, I should have declared my will be done now that I think of it, but when does it happen? At the end of the movement phase or at the beginning? Let's check it out. My will be done at the beginning of each of your turns. Okay, I should have chosen at the beginning then. Obviously, I would have chosen himself, I guess, if I can. What does it say? Necron infantry unit within 6 inches. Yeah, I would have chosen himself because I want him to be getting here. So he gets his extra 1 inch just because I forgot. It's fine. Alright. I'm not gonna fire his arrow or anything, and the Eldritch Lance cannot be fired because I moved. Unless it's assault. It might be, but I don't know. It is assault. Okay, interesting. So I guess he's gonna take a pot shot because why not? With his little weapon. Where is he? Ah, okay. I guess that makes sense. There we go. Illuminous Service, 36 range. I guess he can fire at some conscripts because he's not in range of much else. So let's fire the Eldritch Lance. Alright, let's see. It hits, wounds on a 2, and 6 up. Nope. 1 conscript dies. Ah. Alright. Successful first blood. Although he won't get the point for the first blood, it's just as a saying. And I guess we learned that his weapon is assault 2. Nice. Alright, the rest of it will stand still, and that's turn 1 Necrons gone. Battle round 1. Alright, turn 1, player turn 1 for Imperium. We also draw 3 cards, although first we... Okay, Psychological Warfare. Score 1 victory point if your opponent failed a moral test. That's pretty hard. Assassinate, kill a character. That's incredibly hard to do in this version. And Master of the Warp. We cannot do that, so I'll discard this because we don't have any Psychers whatsoever. Defend Objective 2. Score 2 victory points if you control Objective Marker 2 at the end of the 2 consecutive turns. Excellent, because Objective Marker 2 is this one. that we already declared because the Necrons also want this one, but apparently we just need to hold it for 2 turns, which is something we want to do anyway. So that's great. Okay, and then at the beginning of each of my turns, I need to do my acts of faith. So first of all, I'm going to try to activate the act of faith from the Magifier onto the Retributors, and we require a 4+ to do so. And we make it. All right, I'll make them do a shooting attack against the Necron squad in the front. Necron squad number 2. And they have 3 shots on each girl, and they have 9 shots total. 9 shots, 12 shots total, because they have 4 heavy bolters. The bolt gun is probably not in range. No, it's not. And we are hitting on 3s. Alright, missing 4, but not bad. And wounding on 3s as well, because it's strength 5 against toughness 4. And that's 5+ saves. Means 3 warriors bite the dust. Alright, where is my die? There it is. 3 losses. And also we need reanimations. 3 for reanimations and 3 for losses. Obviously I'm gonna take from the back. Squad number 2, where is it? 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Alright, next act of faith gotta be on somebody else. I will choose this sister squad here, and I'll perform the act of faith on a 2+ because it's the regular one, which happens, which means they also get to choose their weaponry, which is obviously heavy bolters, and perform a shooting attack if I want to, and I do want. They will target, I guess, the same squad because I need them to fail the morale test, and I don't want them to reanimate, so I have to kill the entire squad. So everything goes into that squad for now. Right, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, with 5+ saves. Oh, not bad. 3 guys die as well. And this means this goes down to 6. This also goes down to 6. And we lose 1, 2, and 3 warriors. Stepping on each other's toes. Alright, and then finally Celestine is going to give them an act of faith automatically because she doesn't require any rolling. They just perform it. And Retributor is out of range, but the other Retributors with the heavy bolters are in range of squad number 4. And we have the same profile as before. So 12 shots hitting on 3s. And, whoops, I needed another one. Wounding on 3s. With 5+. Not bad, 3 guys die. I mean, this is very repetitive. 3 guys, and whoops, reanimation protocols is also 3. And that is the beginning of my turn, I guess, because that's all before anything even happens. Then for movement, I'm not gonna move the conscripts, I think. I mean, I could move a little bit and then try to fire the conscripts into here. I guess that is worth it. Let's do some math here. If we move up, we get into firing range with every single conscript, which means we are within 24. Then they move, they have 5 inches, which means they get in 19, which means they all get to shoot as well, but I will annihilate a bunch of them before they even get in range. And obviously I need to focus down the squad to get my objective. I think it's worth it moving forward here. Alright, so all conscripts here will move forward 6 inches. Actually, I'm not even sure about that one. I just need to be in range of one of them, technically. So I will move This looks weird. To here. So just 4 inches or something. Yeah. And I should be in range with everything now, right? No? The hell? You go over here then. Yes. Like so. I mean, they have enough movement. I can shovel them around just like that. Doesn't really help. Or okay, there we go. Everything is in range now. I'm gonna disembark the Mr. Sergeant Harker and the company commander, so he can give them orders. 3 inches, and then he can come out yet again. So we'll put him here, and Sergeant Harker 3 inches plus somewhere here. Fair enough. All right, Sensei Dean is gonna move last, I think. The commissar just has to move after the conscripts have moved, so we can see where everybody is. This conscript corps also wants to shoot these guys here, so we will push forward a little bit so everybody gets in range. So these guys moving here. These guys will move over here. Don't worry about the range. Yeah, like so. And then the rest can push up in through the middle here. Right behind the other guys. Alright. Retribucer will obviously not move. The commissar will move over here, so he's in range of these guys and these guys, both for his leadership ability and everything else. And Sensei Dean is going to try to stay within 6 inches of these guys and stay within 6 inches of these guys as well. So 6 inches here, 6 inches here, perfect. She will stay exactly where she is. I will use her to countercharge later, but right now I want her in range of Act of Faith and her in 1 saves, even on the Stormlord if possible. Alright, that's it for movement. The Magifier is just going to stand still where she is, because we don't need anything else, and this is going to secure the objective anyway. Yeah, alright. So let's open fire. First, we need to do orders first, as always, and in this case it makes sense because these guys here have the shortest range as well. So I will order first rank, second rank fire on the conscripts, and they will all fire into the Necron warrior squad number 1. Everybody is in range, but nobody will be in rapid fire range, so we just get 2 shots per conscript. Lucky enough, nobody died except one guy in the back. So we're pretty good shape. So we need 50 dice times 2 minus 2, because we only have 49 guys. And let's open fire. So hitting on 5s because they're conscript and they suck. And as we can see, we have a whole bunch of 1s that we can reroll thanks to Sergeant Harker. And that was actually a lot of 5s there. Alright. Whoops. There we go. So we have 32 hits, and we're wounding on 5s. 14 wounds. No AP though, because it's just flashlights. And we have 4 ups on the Necrons. Ooh, that's actually some wounds. That's 7 Necrons die. So this goes up to 13. And this also to 13. Seven Necrons die, it said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. Yep, exactly. Alright, not bad. Second order will go to these conscripts. They are all in range of this warrior squad, and they have 40 guys in there. So we could take 20 times 2 because of first rank, second rank fire. Also same profile, hitting on 5s and 6s, rewarding 1s. And that looks like a lot missed. Wounding on 5s. 4 wounds, 4 up saves. Nice, still 3 guys dead. That's not bad actually. I think that was pretty good. So going down to 6, 6, and we lose 1, 2, 3 warriors. Actually, I don't want to lose that one. Let's reanimate him real quick, because I want to be in range of the Cryptek. So let's not die right there. Okay, so order's done here, because we only have company commander and the other guys. And then I guess we can go to the normal shooting here. So other close range stuff I have is a Stormbolter on the Stormlord, which is already out of range. Then we have 36 on the majority of his weapons and also the Retributors. So let's start with the Retributors before they get out of range, because they're pretty far back here. So I'll fire all of them into the Necron squad yet again. All heavy bolters. Hitting on 3s. Why do I keep deleting one of them? Yeah. Alright, wounding on 3s. And 5 ups. Ooh, only 2 guys die. That's actually pretty good for the Necrons here. Although they will most likely fail morale. Because they lost 15 guys plus minimum 1 means with leadership 10 they still fail by 6 right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so these guys here are actually wiped. They look like they are still alive, but even if they roll a 1 on their leadership test, they get destroyed. Okay, what else do I need to do? D3 if 3 failed morale tests. Okay, I guess I can do that. I need to whittle down these guys more. And then where's the 3rd unit? That's actually hard. The 3rd unit is probably be gonna this one here, because everything else is not really in range of anything much. Yeah, I guess so. Which one did I fire? These guys? Girls? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's bring down this squad here next. We need to remove reanimation protocols. We can't go greedy for victory points here. So let's fire these Retributors over here into that Necron warrior squad over there. Clear line of sight, as you can see. I'm not checking every time, but I mean they have a very high firing position, so that should be okay no matter what. Alright, heavy bolters. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Ooh, that's a bunch of 2s. And 5 ups. 2 guys die. Going up to 8. This one and this one, so they can still reanimate. And I guess the last squad will also fire into them, because they're all in range. Hitting on 3s, perfect. Wounding on 3s. That was a very good roll. 5 ups. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are dying. That's actually a pretty big one. So we have 14, 14, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just barely in unit cohesion. Although they will die automatically now, right? Because we have 14 lost, leadership 10, plus 1. So we have 15, 5 guys are dying. That's not enough yet. Why doesn't it work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left? That doesn't work because this is 14. Did I remove wrong warriors, maybe? That's actually weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's too many warriors here. I'm pretty sure I did the stats right. So let's assume there's 6 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we do lose with a leadership of 10. We lose 5 guys guaranteed, and then there could be still 1 remaining. So for reanimation protocols, we actually need to bring down 1 more to make it super safe. Although it's unlikely they roll a 1, they can still try to do it. Also remember they can invest command points into auto-passing these tests, so they will probably do that. So I still need to focus fire them both down, I think. I don't want to go greedy for the objective. Doesn't help me that much. Okay. So first of all, let's see what else is in range. Bolt gun is out of range. This bolt gun is also out of range. I guess we go to our Stormlord now. The Stormlord has weapons itself, and then there's guys inside as well. So let's go with the guys inside first. We have 3 shots with the last cannons. Or actually, let's do the Stormlord first because it has shorter range on the heavy stubbers and such. Okay. So everything here is still in range except the Stormbolter, obviously. So we will fire the 2 heavy stubbers into that squad. The 5 twin heavy bolters and the last cannons, and the Vulcan mega bolter is gonna fire into this squad instead. Alright, Sergeant Hacker should be within 6. Yep, he is. Is it actually within 6? I hope it's not within 3. Otherwise I screwed up very hard there, because I needed him to be in range of the thing. No, it's within 6. Okay, so it's perfect. Alright, so let's do the heavy stubbers first. That's 3 shots with the heavy stubbers. Hitting on force. Very good one. And wounding on force. Also pretty good one. 4 ups. 2 guys die. Perfect. So go down to 17, 17. And we have 1 and 2, because we can't kill this guy because then they are out of Illuminosaurus range. Alright, next is the twin heavy bolters, I guess. So that's 30 shots, because he has 5 of them, and they have 3 shots for each bolter, and it's twin heavy bolter, so 6 shots, so it's 30 total. Alright, let's grab this one. Alright, one to reroll. Look at these 2s. Holy moly. Alright, we don't get to reroll 2s, unfortunately. And then wounding on 3s with 5 ups, and that wipes the unit. So a little bit overkill, but that's fair. Alright, so these warriors are done for, and then we have the Vulcan into the other group. The Vulcan has 20 shots. No single 1 to reroll, but a lot of 2s. Feels bad. And wounding on 3s as well with strength 6. We have to see, are they in range of the Cryptek? Yes, they are. I already told you they are. Although I'm not sure if the Chronometron has the same range. Let's check the range real quick. Cryptek, Chronometron, within 3 inches you get 5+ invuln saves against ranged weaponry, so that works, and that means they will still have a 5 up against this. And that is 6 guys dead, and that means a second squad is entirely wiped. Now, unfortunately, they can't take the morale test now, because I wiped them entirely, but on the other hand, they can't reanimate as well. So now we will try to poke into some Necrons here to make sure we get the objective. So first of all, we can fire Sergeant Harker here into squad number, let's say 3, because they're actually a little bit closer. Yep, squad number 3. And he has a heavy bolter, but he moved, so he's hidden on 4s now. And wounding on 3s with -2 to their saves, but they are in range of the cryptek right there, so they have their 5 up in 1 saves no matter what, and they make it. Alright, then all the last cannons here into the same squad. I'll do them all at the same time because I don't think I'll overkill them, most likely. And I won't change target anyway. So we have 18 shots because we have 6 teams with 3 guys in there. So 18 shots hidden on 4s. That's pretty okay. And wounding on 2s because it's strength 9. Perfect, no single one. And they get their 5+ reanimate. In 1 save, sorry, not reanimate. 5+ in 1 save from the chronometron. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys dying. Alright, let's see where we want to take them from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's actually nice because then we still might get the objective, but I have to see if I have anything left that can shoot at them. Alright, because right now it's not really likely. This is all out of range. This all shot. These all shot. These all shot. These are out of range. Shot. Done. Okay, that's it. That is my entire shooting. So no fight phase, obviously, and we have to see whether or not these guys here will come back and all that stuff. They lost 6 models, and their leadership 10, so they still might fail the test. The question is, do I want to save them? I don't think so, because I don't think they're gonna get wiped, so I'm not investing command points in this. Alright, let's see. Ooh, it's a 6. So we have 12 versus leadership 10, which means 2 additional guys will die. Take these 2. Yeah. And this it goes to 8. 8. And then it's disregarded. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 left. Alright. That's it for their first turn. They did score first blood though, so it's 1 victory point for first blood. Oh yeah, obviously the Necrons, by the way, will drop objective 2. Forgot about that, sorry. They will drop assassinate. They will score psychological warfare because they failed 1. And I cannot score objective 2 yet, but I will score it next turn, so obviously I'll keep it. Alright, so that's 2 victory points for Astra Militarum and Adepta Sororitas turn 1. Okay, turn 2, they generate an additional objective. Objective 6. Objective 6 is obviously over here. So they will get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victory points just for this now. But obviously this one is still a dead one and they will try to discard that at the end of a turn, so I will remove it right now. Okay, So Anrik here is gonna move over here. And do we shoot his arrow this turn? Because I can see the Retributors over there. I think I will do so. So he's gonna move over here and touch the objective, so he holds it. And his arrow has 120 range, so he can fire at the Retributors. Okay, this time we will be in range to rapid fire and all that stuff. But I have to check, when does reanimation happen? At the begin? Okay. At the beginning of your turn, yeah. Alright. So we have to roll reanimation protocols for these guys. That's 8 guys that died. So we have 8 over here. 4 up to reanimate, and half of them exactly reanimate. Perfect. So this drops down to 4. And we reanimate 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Excellent. Now we still push forward, I think, because we're not getting anywhere if we stay back. Obviously, as you can see, we're losing the shootout quite heavily because we lost 40 warriors and then 8 additionals. So 48 warriors died in one round of shooting, and that was not even in rapid fire range for the conscripts. So we're not winning the shootout. So we might be able to strip some more off by coming closer. Okay, so these guys here, my will be done is not in range of anything, I think, because we need to be within 6. Let's have a look. Anrika the Traveler. Ooh, I forgot. Yeah, it has to be within 6, but I forgot my actually very important. I will do it twice just so I don't forget next time. Mechanical augmentation. We have to augmentate 2 squads of warriors. So obviously he's gonna try to augment these guys. Whoops. Didn't I have a die there? Alright, let's see what they get. Number 6 is dun 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 dun. Basic skill +1. Alright, that's good. And then he also obviously would have tried to get these guys better, and then they would be dead. But yeah, they would have got +1 ballistic skill as well. Didn't matter at all, but I need to remember doing this every turn. So these guys have now +1 ballistic skill thanks to what? No, it's these guys over here. Whoops. I'm keep screwing up because this guy is a cryptic as well, and he has the same model for me. Okay, so squad number 6 is gonna get ballistic skill, and then the other one is also gonna get ballistic skill. Okay, excellent. So I guess we get ballistic skill everywhere. Alright, now my will be done. Not doing this turn. Now we move. There we go. Let's not move these guys yet. So we're moving 6 inches forward to here. Except this guy, he's moving here. And then these guys are moving here, here and here. Yeah, still not in rapid fire range. The cryptic is going to be a little bit more careful and stay further back and out of line of sight, so nobody can shoot him yet, because we need him badly. And then I will move this entire group here in one go 6 inches, because nobody here is gonna advance, or will they? No, nobody's gonna advance. Everybody will have to fire, I think. The only group might be Necron squad number 1, because they don't have any line of sight yet. Okay, they will advance. So warrior squad number 1 will advance. So 9 inches. Towards here. They're a little bit out of position. And then squad number 6 is gonna move forward as normal. To here. And obviously Luminous Xeris is not gonna go as far. He's gonna stay back here somewhere. So he is able to bubble everybody in. Alright, and then squad number 5 here is also gonna move forward. They will be in range, so I will not advance with them. To here. And the guys on the side obviously will try to be more towards the middle. Next so. Look at all the robots. Okay. That's it for movement, I guess. And shooting, I'll shoot Anarchy into the Retributors. Hitting on 2s. And he misses. I will re-roll this just because I can. Sorry, but you need to hit your 2-ups. Come on. He makes it. Wounds on a 2. He makes it. And I believe there will be no save because the Tachyon arrow is AP -5, so that's an instant death. And no saves whatsoever. And he's gonna kill the superior. Because I don't want him to kill any heavy weapons. But, oh well. Now squad number 1 cannot fire, but squad number 6 will check range here. And line of sight, obviously. Looks like everybody will be in range. Although this guy is the... Nope, just barely. Everybody is in range. Alright, so these guys will fire into the conscripts. We have 20 shots, because nobody is in rapid fire range. We could see that. Hitting on 2s, because of their augmentation. And wounding on 3s. Strength 4 against toughness 3. And my guys will have a 6-up armor because the Gauss Flare is -1 AP. So 6-up armor or invuln saves. That means 9, 10 of them will die. Where are they? Here. Do I get out of rapid fire range? No, so I will take them from the front then, I guess. Or do I? No, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Easy peasy. Alright, next squad. Squad number 5. Where are they? Here they are. Guess all in range except the ones in the back. Except 2, everybody's in range. They are not augmented because they weren't close enough to him. And they will always fire into the conscript squad as well. So we have another 20 -2. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Actually much worse. And 6-ups. 1 mate, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, Commissar is obviously in range. And that's Necron squad number 5. And then finally, Necron squad number 3. We'll check line of sight. Line of sight isn't that good, looks like. Let's see. These guys can't really see anything. So I'd say the guys behind the pillar cannot see. Maybe this guy can still see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 can fire into here. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. And 6 ups. Oh, not bad. 3 guys die, but only 3. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and last but not least, we have the lance. Lance goes into the ladies up here. Hitting on a 3. Wounding on a 2. And I guess no saves. Let's check the lance profile. It has AP -4, which means they still get the 6 up. Oh, yes, yes, yes. My sister superior would gotten the 6 up sheet of faith. Completely forgot. Would have failed it. And then the next one for the lance also failed. Do I want to reroll? Yeah, why not? Oh, yeah, I was a little bit greedy. I need my rerolls for my act of faith, actually. Alright, so fair enough. Do I have anything else to shoot? The Cryptic has a Staff of Light, but that's not in range. And I guess that's it. So, leadership. These guys here have to take one, but they are leadership 7. They lost 1, so they can't lose anything, so they don't have to take 1. These guys will lose 1 guy due to the commissar, because they automatically fail. And the rest of it didn't take anything to the face, I believe. Alright, so scoring objective points here. Getting 5 for 6, 6, and priority orders received. And other than this, obviously discarding the second secure objective 2. And that's the first turn, second turn, second battle round for Necrons. So next is the second term Adepta Sororitas and Imperial Guard. They draw 2 more objectives because they still have to defend objective 2. Overwhelming firepower, perfect, because it's what I do anyway. And domination is not possible because we can't get across the field fast enough. So I will discard this one at the end of the turn for sure. And these here, we see how many we can get. Probably the 3 points. But, I mean, there's big units of warriors and such. So, we'll see. Maybe we can snap out the Cryptek as something cheeky. And we automatically get defend objective 2. Okay, so acts of faith. First one, this one onto this squad, and we want to shoot again on a 4+. Perfect. We got another one off. Really good with the act of faith here. So 4 heavy bolters into squad number 1. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. It's a very good roll, but I'll still roll on my new table here. Winning on 3s with 5 ups, 4 of them die. Not bad. So we have 4 and 4 on this squad. Oh. There we go. These guys still have 4 to reanimate. There we go. This Retributor squad here gets the one from the army on 2+. Works. They will fire their heavy bolters into squad number 5, because the other ones are all in rapid fire range for the conscripts. I don't want to deny them the glory. Hitting on 3s, winning on 3s with 5 ups. 3 die. So we have, whoops, 3 and 3 for squad number 5. 1, 2, 3. Did I actually take away ones of squad number 1? I don't think so. 2, 3, 4. There we go. I hope I did. But in the end, I mean, we can see how many were missing. I will know exactly because of the die there. So that's fair enough. It doesn't really matter in the end. And then these retributors here fire into 5 as well, I believe. Yeah, they have range in them. Can they see them? Yeah, no issue. So on a automatic act of faith from Saint Celestine, they will fire their heavy bolters into number 5 as well. Ooh, the misses. That was a bad roll. 3 wounds though, 5 ups. Oi, only 1 guy. That was pretty terrible. To be fair. But nevertheless, I got more acts of faith off than I should have, so I can't complain about that. Okay, that was at the beginning of my turn. So now we go to the begin of the movement phase and the like. We see who does what. Obviously, these guys here will try to get in range of these warriors and try to rapid fire them into oblivion. Then I'll finish them off with the heavy bolters and the Stormlord. And then these guys here will also try to peek into squad number 6 and see what they can do for those. I just want them in the middle doing maximum damage before they die, just to hold up the Necron stream. So we can deal with squad number 5 maybe. Yeah, I'd think so we can. Alright, so these guys are moving 6 inches. Actually, I want to move them differently. These guys here will move up 6 inches straight. And then these guys will move up 6 inches to here. And then these guys in the second rank. Sergeant Haka will also move up. So he stays in between these guys. And the commander as well. And the commissar in between. And Saint Celestine will stay with the retributors for now, I think. We'll see. Yeah, she should maybe charge, but I don't want her to. I don't think it's necessary. Alright, conscripts moving forward 6 onto the Pillar of Doom. Keeps knocking over my units. Let's go to here. Yeah, right there. Knocking these 2 over. And then these guys will be gizmoed forwards to here. Like so. Saint Celestine is gonna stay, I mean the Retributor is gonna move forward 6 as well. And then Saint Celestine is gonna protect the conscripts up here, but still will move up a little bit to make sure everybody does their thing. And I believe that's all the movement I will do, because the Imagifier is still in range and everybody else is happy where he is. Okay, orders. company commander into conscript squad number 1, first rank, second rank fire into Necron squad number 5. We have the entire first rank -1 and +3. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21 +8, 29, 36 shots. Alright, that took long. Computing. Error. Alright, there we go. Hitting on 5s. Oh, actually, obviously rapid firing. So we get the double amount. Because we have a rapid fire 2 weapon, and some of them are in actual rapid fire range. Okay, rerolling once thanks to Sergeant Harker, and wounding on 5s. Not bad amount of wounds, but they get their 4-up armor, which they make a few of. So 5 die in total after all has been done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing the losses up to 9 and 9. Okay, second order goes into this conscript squad. Can they actually see stuff? Interesting. Not really. Oh, I messed up then. I thought they could see something. I guess they will fire into the other Necron squad then, because they have quite enough line of sight onto the other squad. But not as good range. Let's check. Actually, again, I think everybody is able to shoot, because these guys can shoot into here, and the other guys can shoot into this squad. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. Into that squad, and then we have 17 into the other squad. Any rapid fire ranges here? Actually, yes. About 4, let's say. Alright. First rank, second rank, and the rest does not have any additional ones. Why is this so much? Did I copy the wrong stack? I think so. Yeah, this is too much. 20. There we go. Okay. So this goes into squad number 5. Rerolling once. Very good hits. Wounding on 5s. Not so good with the wounding. 4-ups. Pretty bad armor saves though. That's 4 guys dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going up to 13 losses. And then the other squad. Rerolling once. And 5s and 6s. Alright, 4-ups. Ooh, very bad 4-ups. Holy cow. 5 Necrons lost in this squad here. So bringing the counter up to 5 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That hurts. Okay, still in reanimation range though. Okay. That was pretty good shooting from the conscripts. They soften up these squads very much. There's only 7 guys remaining in this squad. And then in this one here, we have 11 remaining. So that's actually pretty good for the rest of the shooting, I guess. Alright, let's fire with the company commander and all that stuff first. Because they all have bolt guns and they will fire out of range very soon. So we have commander, commissar, bolt guns, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, and 4 up, done. Sergeant Haka into the same squad, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, and that's 1 dead. Nice. 1 more Necron warrior bites the dust. 10 and 6. And I believe it is time to release the Kraken. Or is it? I don't want to overkill a squad yet again. Yeah, I don't know. I'll fire the Stormlord, I guess. So we still have to kill 10 guys here. So I'll put the Vulcan and everything and the Vulcan into here, and the heavy bolt systems all into squad number 5. I think that's fair enough. Alright, so let's start with the Vulcan firepower. So it's 20 shots, hitting on 4s, rerolling once. Or actually, did I move him out of range now? Please no, I did. Yeah. Actually, did I do it wrong? If so, I will return the Wheel of Time. 6 inches. 6 inches. Yeah, we can do it. Alright, so Sergeant Haka is supposed to be standing right here. So now he has the perfect 6-inch bubble. I mispositioned there. I should have done that differently. But for sure I would have done it if I actually paid attention to it. Doesn't matter this game, but I need to remember it for later. So it's important. Alright. Hitting on 4s, because it's still a Astra Militarum vehicle. Wounding on 3s with 5 ups from the Cryptek means 4 dead. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Losses up to 10 and reanimations to 14. Then we have the last cannons hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s, and that is 3 guys more dead. This is gonna get tricky because I'm getting out of range of the Cryptek very soon. So I guess we kill these 3 guys. Then we still have the heavy stubbers. Rerolling once. And all wounds with 4 ups. 2 more die. Ouch. And that is it from the Stormlord onto this squad. Stormbolt has not in range. So now we do the 5 twin heavy bolters, which is again 30 shots into the other squad. Rerolling once. Actually, really good shooting. Winning on 3s. Quite some list there. And ooh, 5 ups, and that's the entire squad. That is just everybody dead. No reanimations for you. Because there's certainly more than 7 wounds. Whoops, I deleted one from squad number 6. And squad is toast. Alright, very successful. There's only one Necron warrior left standing back there. That is enough to reanimate, but he has to make a pretty interesting leadership, and even then only half would be expected to come back. But I still have my trusty ladies back here, but they can't draw a line of sight to him, unfortunately. Alright, this squad here also can't, because he's behind that rock. So we cannot actually take him out this turn. That's actually really good for him. So reanimation is up to 19, and losses are up to more than 10 for sure. I think 13. Yeah, I think there were 7 remaining. Okay, so 13, and then the heavy bolters will take the toll on the next squad. So since we can't draw a line of sight to him, we will fire the heavy bolters into squad number 1 from here to here. Unless we're out of range. No, we're actually out of range here. Nope, we can't actually get anything in range. So I guess these heavy bolters into here. All into the same squad. Might as well. Can do them all at the same time because they won't get out of range. Same profile, same saves. Here we go. Oh, very, very good hitting here. Only 2 missed. And also pretty good wounding as well. With 5 up saves. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dead. Wow. That was 1. I guess we take from the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we go up to 13. It's 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's actually 9 guys dead. Wow. That is actually pretty huge. So 30, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys remaining. And unfortunately, they probably gonna fail morale, because obviously this morale will revive me more, and these might still survive, so they will most likely still be doing fine. Alright, but that's it from for my shooting. What does it say? If 3 or more enemy units were destroyed during the shooting phase of your turn, score D3 victory points. Now, unfortunately, we only took out 1 unit. This one did not die. And as such, the Cryptic survived, which we might have been able to kill, if anything. But, you know, morale won't do anything. So that's 1 point for here for sure, and 2 points for here also. Scored this turn. So 1, 2, 3. And then we have to do leadership checks here. Alright, leadership check on this squad. 1, 13, so 3 more warriors die. 1, 2, 3. And the other one I'll pay 2 command points to make him auto pass the morale check. Because I want my juicy 19 reanimation protocols. Oh, actually, that's stupid. Sorry. Let's do it exactly the other way around. Because how many did I need? 3? I think. Yeah. If I reanimate here, I don't have enough space to reanimate all of these. So I will not get even close to as much as I need. So I will kill him. And he auto-fails, obviously, the test. And these guys here will get their guys back and auto-pass with the command points. My bad there, but it is clear in the rules that you cannot reanimate without having an original model there. So I would have needed like 2 or 3 models and it would have been fine, but like this, it's better to reanimate with these guys afterwards. So we have 13 guys dead here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 remaining. Excellent. All right. That's 5 victory points to 5 victory points at the end of battle round 2. So battle round 3, let's see what the Necrons get, because I think they're gonna lose this one, just because they're getting shut down so much. Impossible, 5, and supremacy, D3 if you control any 3. Objective 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this one. Impossible for them to do. It's too far away. And control 3 is 1, 2, and can they get this one? They need a 3-inch advance to get it. Otherwise they can't get the victory point. And I think I will call GG here. Why? Because to get a chance at victory points, they have to move these guys into the heart of the battle, and they will get rapid fire into oblivion. They have to do it though, otherwise they lose anyway. But as you can see, there's not enough squads left. Even if these guys here reanimate, we can roll the reanimation just for funsies, but they don't have enough left. It's just the way it is. Yeah, there we go. We would have reanimated 7 more for squad 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But even then we have less than 40 Necron warriors here, and as you can see, the amount of firepower I have to offer exceeds their limits. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't even fire my last cannons. Okay, I could have fired less cannons here. And now comes the tricky part. I probably would have been able to snipe this guy because I can shoot from this corner here and kill him. I can't see the cryptic, but I could have killed this guy most likely. But whatever, I would have fired into this squad obviously, and then they would have been even less. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here for Necrons. I don't think they stand a chance considering the objective placement and everything. They had a good start with the 5 points though, so I'm not sure if they got unlucky with that one. But so much for the fact that reanimation protocols is supposed to be strong. Remember, I have much more firepower than these guys actually needed to take. For example, I would have wounded Lich Guard pretty easily with my high profiles. And I would have been able to deal with those much easier because there were like 3 times as much warriors as I could have fired on Lich Guard here. No, there weren't any vehicles, and as such, obviously my last cannons didn't do much this game, and Steen didn't get to go with anything, but I think it's a really good mixture of units. I don't think the Necrons have much that works against this. Reanimation protocols is nice and everything, but if the enemy has so much firepower that he can shut down your reanimation protocols entirely, that's actually a huge problem. Although I will say, the Cryptic had a great impact this game. His 5+ invuln save here was saving a bunch of lives. Otherwise they wouldn't have gotten any saves against the last cannon fire, and less saves against the Vulcan heavy bolter, mega bolter, not heavy bolter. And And I think the Stormlord performed really well this game because the Necrons are too slow to close the gap like this. So if you want to go with warrior spam and such, I don't think that's a viable strategy to just take warriors. I think you have to go with flayed ones and the like, because those can close the gap really fast. But obviously you could see, even if I dropped 2 blobs of 20 flayed ones right in their face, they have to make the charge, otherwise they die right away. There's no way they would have survived 1 turn here. And then remember, the Stormlord can still fire his entire weaponry as it wants, no issue at all. So even if they bind at close combat, there would be a big problem. If they wiped out a conscript squad, that would have prevented a lot of damage. That's true. But I fear it would have made the other squad even more effective because you coming into rapid fire range. I really like the 2 conscript blob technique here. As you can see, as soon as the Necrons get into range to fire, they were dying like flies. It's not like they're meant to stay here. But as you can see, they took the majority of the damage, and everything else got pretty much unharmed. And as such, the gun line back here with all the heavy bolters and whatnot could do a lot of damage just the way they did. Also, the Adepta Sororitas performed overly well, I fear. I think they should have performed a little bit less good, but they rolled well. Their acts of faith went through every single round. They're incredibly cost efficient the way they are right there. There was not enough long range shooting to challenge their position or their lower toughness, and as such they were just behaving as pretty much Devastator Marines with way more firepower than usual. And I think even Saint Celestine did her job in that sense that she was buffing the guys, and if some sort of melee combat would have occurred in front of her, she could have joined that and just fought in order to drag away units from the fight or take out elite units, such as Terminators and whatnot. I like this. It has potential. Didn't like the Necron list. It was a nice concept, but their range is too low, and their movement is too slow. And obviously, this kind of army deals with them very easily because of their huge range, and because the Necrons lack the firepower to eradicate conscript squads effectively enough. And yeah, obviously there was a problem for them. Even though reanimation protocols worked and everything, but enough focus fire and these guys will never get up anyway, so the special characters didn't do much. The cryptic, yes, but not the ability of them. Although I can't say they performed bad, it just wasn't enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would have done better with Immortals, to be honest, because they have the same range problem. But maybe with a Monolith or Night Scythe or something, where you get all the rapid fire guys in range and they can actually take out stuff like everywhere. I think saving the few points for the warriors I would get additional and just giving them more mobility would go a long way with making this tactic more viable. But then again, I wouldn't take warriors most likely, but better the Immortals, because their weapons are better, and you can only fit 10 guys inside of a Night Scythe. So if warrior spam is the order of the day, then probably the Eternity Gate of the Monolith will perform better than these guys will. Alright, that was it. Very, very easy battle report. I still managed to forget a bunch of rules. But luckily, nothing I did came into effect much. The only thing I need to pay attention to is putting Sergeant Harker and conscripts in such a way that he is always within 6 inches of everybody. And obviously, it doesn't matter if one conscript more or less is in the fight, as long as everybody else get the rerolls. And as you can see, the rerolling of ones for the Stormlord is actually pretty huge because his ballistic skill is not that good. And the lower he gets, the more important is this. Alright, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment if you have questions. I'll answer them down there. Subscribe if you want more battle reports and all that stuff. and I'll see you guys next time. Happy wargaming!